Hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be reviewing the Commanders 2026 draft class, just giving my thoughts on all the picks. Um, I do think Washington had a great draft, actually. I'm very excited about all the new players. Yeah, I pretty much liked every pick as well, and let's get right into it. All right, first up, Washington selected Sony Styles with the number 7 pick. I love this pick. He was my number 3 player on my board, and we got him at 7, which I think is amazing value. I really like the new linebacker room now. You got Sony Styles, you got Leo Chanel, and Frankie Louvu. I think will be the 3 starters. But then you have guys like Jordan McGee, Kay Madrano, Alex Cajo, who all I think will compete as well. And we've had some bad linebacker rooms in my life as a fan, but I think this is going to be one of the better ones. I think Sonny Styles has potential to be one of the best linebackers in the NFL, and I think that's going to happen. I think his ceiling is so high, one of the most athletic prospects ever. And I see people say that he's not just an athlete; he is way more. If you want to watch a game, watch his film versus Indiana. He was the best player on the field on either side of the ball, and he's just such a good player. And I was really happy about this pick. And yeah, let's get right into the next one. All right, next up, with Washington's second pick, they selected Antonio Williams in the 3rd round. I like this pick as well. I am a Clemson fan, so I feel like I know a little bit more maybe. I don't know. But Antonio Williams, he did have a kind of a down year, but the quarterback play at Clemson was so bad this past year. Klubnik really struggled. And yeah, you can see here he had a better year in 2024, 904 yards, 11 touchdowns. And I fully expected him to get 1,000 yards this past season, but the quarterback play was bad. He did deal with a couple injuries too. I know he played through a hamstring injury, I think. But yeah, I love this pick. I know David Blau said he wants to kind of do he wants to get some things from Ben Johnson's offense, and I can see Antonio Williams playing like the Amon-Ra St. Brown role. I think he's gonna be really good for that. He's a great route runner, not really flashy route runner. He gets open though, and his hands are amazing. I think he had like a 1.8 drop percentage, which very good. I think he's gonna come in and start right away for Washington in the slot position. I don't think Lane's really a slot guy. I know he's smaller, but I feel like he's not really a slot guy. And I think he'll probably beat out Luke McCaffrey. Luke McCaffrey will probably get some playing time, but I still think Antonio Williams is probably the better receiver. Yeah, I'm excited about this pick, and let's get right into the next one. All right, next up, Washington selected Joshua Josephs, defensive end from Tennessee. I love this pick. He may not be a starter right away with the stacked defensive end room, but give it a little bit, I think he's going to become a starter. And getting a starter in the 5th round is crazy good value. He was projected to go by like draft analysts in the 2nd or 3rd round, and we got him in the 5th round, which I don't know how he dropped so far. I don't understand how he dropped so far. He's got good pass rushing moves. He's solid against the run, and maybe it's his size. He's 6'3", 240, so he's maybe on the little smaller side for defensive end. But I don't really see that being a problem because he is still good in the run game. And I know he was a little upset and that he fell so far, and I know some people also say, well, defensive end's not really a big need. Why do we go defensive end with one of our picks? But it is a need because we only have one player under contract past this upcoming season, which is Odafe Oweh. The rest are going to be free agents after his year. So I like how we got a player in the 5th round who I think should have gone higher. I think he's going to be a starter for Washington. Maybe not in the first season, but I think eventually he'll become a starter. Really like this pick. Let's get right into the next one. All right, next up, another pick that I loved. And I'm not trying to be the guy that likes everything this front office does, but I really feel like they did really good in this draft, and from my opinion. And another pick that I really liked was Katron Allen. Firstly, let's look at these stats. 210 carries, 1,300 yards on the season, 6.2 yards per carry, and he had 15 touchdowns this past season. He's had 2 1,000-yard seasons at Penn State, and that's with sharing reps with Nicholas Singleton, another guy that got drafted before him. But I honestly think Katron Allen's maybe a little better than Nicholas Singleton. Both are good, but I prefer Katron Allen. I'm not just saying that because Washington drafted him. Another guy who I expected to go probably a little before this. Kind of surprised when we got him in the 6th round. I think he's going to compete for the RB1 role. I like the balance that this running back room is now. You got Bill, who can kind of do just about everything, and then you got Rachaad White, who's like a receiving back, and then you got Katron Allen, who's going to be like the power back, the thumper. I know they were looking for a thumper. And going back to the David Blau, how he wants to kind of do little things from Ben Johnson's offense, David Montgomery, Katron Allen, I see a lot of similarities there. Yep, and that's another pick I really like, and another guy that I think could be a starter for Washington. So that's 4 picks for Washington, and all could be starters. It's crazy. All right, next up, Washington selected Matt Goblin, another pick I liked. Washington does need some center depth with the release of Tyler Biadasz. I don't think he'll be the starter right away. I still think Algretti will probably win the role. But this is good depth to have, and maybe he can eventually turn into a starter. He's a very strong, powerful guy. He did not get bullied a lot at all. In Washington, Biadasz got bullied a lot last year. He struggled against some of the bigger-time defensive tackles, and Goldman might not be ready for that just yet, but I think he will be eventually. He's a strong guy, very powerful lower body, and I'm excited about this pick. Don't think he's going to be a starter right away, but maybe eventually he could be. You never know. And yeah, let's get on to the final pick. And Washington's final pick with Athan Kalamakinis. I probably pronounced it wrong. I apologize. Probably my least favorite pick, but it is the 7th round, so I don't have too much complaints. I know Washington was really interested in Athan. They had him on a top 30 visit, and I know they really liked him a lot. I know some people were surprised drafted a quarterback. I think the plan is for him to be the long-term backup solution. Mariota is getting a little older, so maybe they wanted a guy that they could be a backup in Athan, and I get it. Backup quarterback is really important. Now, could you have got him an undrafted free agent? Maybe, maybe not, but I guess they liked him that much they wanted to draft him. And all right, that's all 6 players. With limited draft picks, I think Washington did a great job. And yeah, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you have let me know in the comments who's your favorite draft selection. Mine, that's tough. Mine was I like Joshua Joseph from the 5th. I think that was great value, and he seems like a guy that's going to be a great NFL player. So that's probably my favorite pick. Sonny Styles is probably the best pick, but Joshua Joseph is my favorite pick. And yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and have a good one.